Guys, I uh made it my mission last year to go out and talk to every Medicare agent on planet Earth. And I feel like I got
You did.
I got a few of them in there last year, and I don't know how I can't say it, but the favorite one that I met was a woman from Cleveland who I'd kind of already known a
Thank
little bit.
you.
She was a carrier rep for us a long time ago, and has gone from a carrier rep to managing a nation renowned FMO and Medicare Answers Now, relentlessly, and highlighted bold the word relentless, fights for agents, educates agents, brings thoughtful ideas and tools and suggestions and guidance and mentorship. This Amanda is a force of nature. I am so proud to, we don't have a board or an advisory board or anything like that. If we did, it would probably just be Amanda Brewton. She answers my calls at 11 o'clock at night Pacific time, to ask her questions and give me guidance. This is an industry leader now, but I would tell you that if you ask me what the future holds for Amanda Brewton and what the insurance industry faces every day, this is likely one of the greatest leaders in our space. So it's a privilege to have her on here. She's going to be talking about some things that we think are really important. But without further ado, here, ladies and gentlemen, Amanda Brewton.
Hi, everybody, and thank you so much for the introduction, Dalton. We do go way back, and yes, we have some of our best brainstorming at 11 o'clock at night, which is fantastic. Many of you have seen me travel all over the country doing in-person meetings. I also, Kathy, you asked where my crown is, and it's actually packed in my luggage, and I've got somebody taking a look for it. But I just finished my Ms. Medicare conference last week where we had a ton of agents from coast to coast that come to learn about what's going on. For those of you who do not know me, hi, it's great to meet you. I am all over social media. And as Dalton said, there we go. So this is the one that I wear my first day. So as you can see, it is the colors of my actual company. But um, with the so a little bit about me. I've been doing this for 20 years. I do teach. I do a lot of free content. If you are not privy to the Medicarians trade show, which is in Las Vegas, next year it will be April 20th to the 22nd. You can get a free ticket to that, and I highly recommend that you go for your development because everybody from CMS to the Departments of Insurance to NAIC to the carriers, everybody that you can think of that is in our space will be at that. But one of the other things that I do is as Dalton said, I advocate on your behalf through one of our professional organizations, National Association of Benefit and Insurance Providers, NABIP. I'm on their Medicare advisor group that works with CMS and with various levels of legislation to take everything that you hear and the concerns that you have and to get that to the people that affect that change. So we are doing that. So Tony, you're asking a question about Sunfire, but I don't know if that's in regard to RetireFlo or if that's in regard to what. Dalton, you want to take that?
Yeah, Amanda, I'll try to if I see a question come through,
Okay,
I'll be sure to ask it.
awesome.
But on that subject, we were very clear about our integrations. If
Okay,
we are very forthright, we know what tools agents are using. If you want to see RetireFlo work with something, tell them. Don't tell
right.
them. I mean, not to say that I don't want
Yeah,
to, and I do, but tell
it's
them.
a two-way street.
Yeah, they got
They
the
they
best.
have to hear it from both sides.
We're
Yeah,
we're open for collaboration. Our doors are open, so.
yeah. So there's so Medicarians April 20th to the 22nd. It is in Las Vegas. You can get a free hosted ticket for that event. You can register for it, go to their website and then put my name on the referral by, and they'll get you a free ticket for that. There will be 5,000 plus people that will be at that event. I'm responsible for the content creation, the speakers that are there. There will be over 200 speakers and all sorts of different panelists and everything else. But yes, NABIP is one of our professional organizations. You do have that right, Rachel. Medicarians.com is the website. A couple of things to throw on your radar, and I'm going to talk pretty fast. One, because it's been a while, and those that know me know that I'm going to talk fast anyways. I do have a legislative update future of Medicare webinar that is coming up on the 25th. It will be from 1 to 3, and I'm actually going to answer everybody's questions that they have. I'm doing this with Danielle Kunkel Roberts, and we're tag teaming it so that way you guys can be a little bit more at ease about some of the things that are happening. You got a lot of fear, a lot of disruption this last year, especially in regard to the commissions. A lot of that will be fixed for this upcoming 2026 year. So you're going to need to wait until the products roll out on the MA side. On the PDP side, Humana is the only one currently that is announced that they are going to have commissionable products, but stay tuned. There's more of the information that will be available when it comes to that, but sit tight. Medicarians is the name of that for April 20th to the 22nd. Scroll up in the chat. The webinar is the 25th, and it is from 1 to 3. The registration on that, I sent the link to Dalton. I can't copy it for some reason.
And folks, we're gonna send out a summary email of all these things. I know that everything needs to go to everything, and we will.
It is Eastern time,
and also, ladies and gentlemen, use Medicare Island. All of these things are posted in there. We'd love to.
It is that I did post in Medicare. You can go ahead, and the event is in there. It is under the events if you go to the website or into Medicare Island, and then across the top give you the events, click in events, and then you'll find it. Good looking out.
No. Amanda, let me ask you this, because it is now, it's 10:36 Pacific time. Mm-hmm. It's July 22nd. Mm-hmm. And we really got nuts and bolts into what we're doing at our home agency, how we suggest agents to use this. But I think there's another part of everyone's life that we have to treat differently as Medicare agents. If we're going to be successful, we almost have to treat the October 15th to December 7th window kind of like our Super Bowl. And there's so much preparation from a work perspective that is required. And, it goes all the way into workflows and sending out emails and using RetireFlo. But talk a little bit about, and because I think you do this better than anybody else, is, talk about two things that I think our audience would really appreciate. One is how to position yourself online and the way that beneficiaries are interacting with you. What are people seeing about you online, and how does that inform the way they interact with you? And then secondly, what are some things that you can do and it sounds silly, but if you're going to do a good job and treat AEP like Super Bowl, you got to think about it. What are things that you can do from your personal life perspective to ensure that you're going to walk away on December 7th and be proud of the work that you did? You do this better than anybody else. What are your thoughts on this?
So thank you. So when it comes to AEP Prep, there's a lot of things outside of the business that you really want to go ahead and do. Get as much of because your business doesn't stop, right? So if you're doing T65 mailers, if you're doing your event planning. So right now, what I teach my team is that I want them scheduling all of their community events and all of that stuff through the end of the year. That needs to be done now
Yeah.
because those fourth quarter mailers are coming out and you want to be in those fourth quarter mailers. Those deadlines are in August. So getting out into your communities, planning all of your events from now till the end of the year, that's the first one. The second one is it is all about the time management. So I live and die by my Outlook calendar, as most people know. And you want to go ahead and have it where you start looking at things that you can outsource. So, one of the big things that is pretty as a development book for those of you that read, Dan Martell's book, Buy Back Your Time. It talks about a fundamental exercise that you want to really do when it comes to every facet of your business. But I use this in my business, in my personal life, and everything. I haven't seen the inside of a store in probably about 4 years. And it's not due to COVID. It's that I Instacart. If you don't know what Instacart is, get a membership because other than you going ahead and you going to the grocery store, I can sit on Friday or on a plane flying home and I can schedule my deliveries to the office, to Tim's house, and to my house so that when I land Saturday morning, my groceries are already there and I don't have to worry about it. It lets me sleep in a little bit. It's very, very good to be able to do that. It also makes sure that I'm buying the things that I need. And it's not just for groceries. I actually sent an employee an air conditioner. I've gone from Home Depot. I've gone ahead and I've used it for makeup runs when I forgot my makeup bag somewhere. Um, it makes it very easy, and it's one less thing that I have to do. Another one that I recommend is for some people that they're like, oh, well, aren't you bougie that you can pay for that? Well, I look at it like this. If it's going to cost me, let's say $30 to go ahead between the tip and the service fee to use something like Instacart, you have the ability of that $30. That isn't even a half hour of my time. So why wouldn't I go ahead and outsource to somebody so that they can run for me while I'm focused on something else? Another thing, laundry. So there is a national service. It's called Happy Nest. You can arrange a pickup to wherever you're at. You can arrange the pickup the day before. So, for example, we have one coming to I have a service that comes to the office. I have a service that comes to the house. So what we do is we have it where it's coming tomorrow. I have the bag already set up that I unpacked everything from Ms. Medicare and just went ahead, dumped it in it will be picked up tomorrow. And inside of 24 hours, I get to pick the laundry detergent, how it's folded, all of those things. But it's one less thing that I have to figure out how to carve out 3 hours of my day to go ahead and do laundry so that I'm ready Saturday when I back out. I can't do these things if I don't have the systems in place. It is highly worth the money with that. Um, I want to say that it's only like I want to say it's like $30 a bag or something like that. It's not expensive for me to be able to do that, and it makes it so much easier to not have to worry about those things. The other thing that I know a lot of the ladies do, which is a best practice, is they'll meal prep. So coming into AEP, they start front loading everything when it comes to frozen meals. Some people do crock pots, some people do soups and things like that, and they'll pack them all. They clean out their freezer and then they just load it with Tupperware with whatever it is, and then they grab and go. Um, Meal prep is a huge one. You can also use services for that if you don't want to cook your stuff. but you really want to go ahead and take a look at that. Another thing, guys, this one you're going to laugh, but it's kind of funny. Um, Christmas, Hanukkah, your holidays, your Thanksgiving, those are all the same days every year. So get your Christmas and your birthday gifts and your anniversary and all of that. Get those gifts knocked out now so that it's one less thing where you're not running around in the middle of AEP going, oh my God, I forgot my anniversary party. I forgot, or my anniversary, or oh, I forgot that, I've got a kid's birthday or something like that. You want to be able to do that. Date nights or with your wife or with your husband, I would probably recommend one of my best friends, she plans a hi, I forgot, hi, this is your wife. Remember who I am vacation in January with her spouse, and that becomes their quality time right after AEP. If that's what you want to go ahead and do, great. You can definitely make that happen as a goal so that way, a couple of those apps go towards paying for your app for your trip, right? Um, but meal prep, house cleaning, hire a house cleaner to come in the weeks that you're through AEP. It is not indulgent if it allows you to be able to rest, recover, switch your protocols as far as what you're eating. Go to high antioxidant foods, airborne, wash your hands a lot. Those types of things you'll want to do because of everybody going back to school. You've got the cooties that come back in the fall, and a lot of agents drop because they're running so hard. You have a lot of opportunity and overlap with AEP plus the ACA and the group all being in fourth quarter. You want to make sure that your immune system is boosted. So make sure that you do that. And when you're delegating all of these things off your plate, it's managing the stress. It is taking the load off. And if it costs a little bit of money to do that, for you to be able to make more money versus being down and in a bed sick, do it. It will end up being something that will be far more beneficial for you as you're rolling and pushing through.
And can I interrupt you just real quick?
Sure.
A lot of these things are so, when I hear you talk about them, you're seeing me over here smile and kind of giggle because it's like these things don't feel like they are the most important because
But they are.
But you're right, because we got to worry about shopping links and and enrollments and hospital disruptions. You don't get to do that stuff if you don't have your other shit in order. And
Right.
and so you as a Medicare agent, you should be treating yourself like you're the star of your own team.
Mhm.
It's okay if you're like, wow, this feels a little prima donna-y to go have my groceries delivered or have my house cleaned. I usually do that. Well, if we're going to grow and kind of break past a growth cap on maybe you serve 200 clients and you want to serve more, these are the things that you got to seriously consider. So as you see me smiling and giggling, it makes me excited that everybody gets to be their own kind of, MVP of
You
their.
have to approach it as though it is a game time. You have to, nothing changes if nothing changes.
Right.
So if you go ahead and you approach this AEP, where last AEP you were already overloaded, you were already overwhelmed, you were already by the end of AEP going, well, I'm not doing that again. There's so many things that I could have done better, or there didn't have enough time in the day to do all of these things. Okay, well, listen to somebody who's been doing this for 20 plus years
Yes.
that I get in front of literally tens of thousands of people, agents a month, that I'm able to go ahead and show you. You want to know what the most successful agents do? They own their time.
Yes.
You want to know how to level up and make these things happen? Well, guess what? Something has to come off your plate to be able to go ahead and do these big boy things or these big girl things. And when you do that, you have to have a fundamental shift in your head. And that's the thing that agents miss is that you have to come back at it and look at it and go, wait a minute. Okay, well, let's change things up. I have a hard time. The first time that I used Instacart, I actually pushed against it when I initially did it because I'm like, who the hell am I to think that I'm all that I need to be paying somebody to do my groceries? My fat behind should be walking around in the grocery store doing that. And I had an agent friend of mine come back and they're like, really? Why? Because that 2 hours of your time can't be used towards doing something that's more effective to get business in the door and give you income generating activity. And as soon as we had that conversation, it immediately switched where my focus was to where it was like, okay, this makes sense. It's not just about working with your client. And if I go back to some of the things that you guys talked about, there was a lot of question about, well, if I go ahead and I send out these surveys early and I'm sending them out in July and August, well, is that effective? Yes, because you know what? So it changes in October because the doctor went ahead and put them on a different med. So you go to the client, meet them the day of their meeting and say, okay, well, here's all the meds that we had listed for you. Has anything changed on that? And the answer usually is, oh, well, wait a minute, I forgot a medication. Okay, so you fix it. But just to be able to have that information allows you to have a leg up. Having the information with the technology that Connecture is going to have will allow you to have the changes when it comes to the formulary changes 10-1. Being able to service people and have it where you are, whether you do it in person, whether you do it online by sending them a link that says, hey, these are the things that are recommended. It's all about these best practices and these little baby tweaks of what you're doing to get you sharper to being able to go to the next level.
I have a
Go ahead.
question. Were you calling me?
No, I'm not.
No, no. Okay. All right. So taking a look at these things, zooming out even further, it's obvious that there are things that we can be doing to put ourselves in the best position. But one of the other things that I think that you do extraordinarily well is branding yourself online. And to think, and I'm actually writing an article with a friend of mine about this right now. But I want to tell everybody something, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. Your clients and your prospects, before they meet with you, are Googling you. They are looking you up online. They're looking you up on Facebook. They're looking you up on Nextdoor. They're looking you up on Google. They want to see what other people have to say about you. The reason we know that with 100% certainty, well, Dalton, you don't know my clients. They're not online. I serve people in I got rural Ohioans. I know. Is because when you go to a restaurant today, I bet you Google if it's got good star reviews or not. I bet you do. If you're going to go someplace you've never been before, work with somebody you've never been or met before, you're going to look them up online. And so I want you to share kind of some of the things that some people take for granted in this, and the reason you've been so successful. What are those things? What should people be thinking about when you can make quick changes to these things now in July before the rain comes in the fall?
So you start forward thinking and getting all of your administrative stuff teed up now, it makes sense. So sending out 1,000 Christmas cards in December, we're all going to send out holiday cards, right?
Right.
Okay, well, you can sign those all now while you're sitting by the pool.
Yes.
You can go ahead and you can send out your birthday cards to everybody that you're going to send out in fourth quarter. You can tee all of those up. These are all things that you can, there are a couple of examples of things that you can do. Anything that you have that can be done ahead of time, that's what you should be doing in between knocking out your certifications right now, making any carrier changes that you need to now, and getting all of your events planned. You've got to look at, do you have enough tchotchkes, giveaways? So, and do you have pens that have your name and your phone number on them? If you do not have your own pens that have your name and your phone number on them, you need to do that, because if you're going ahead and you are giving them out at every time that you are with that's the best practice that you want to have. You want to give those pens to every waitress and server that you know and hand those out. I'm not kidding you, it works.
Now,
These are things
Amanda,
that don't look at.
let me ask you another question.
Sure.
One of the features of RetireFlo is that you can include your headshot and your logo in there. And we have a lot of users who never put their headshot on there. What are your thoughts on that? Talk to me about headshot.
Get over it. Get over it. You want to know what, when you're doing a headshot, because now I'm going to be on a roll with that. I don't want a headshot of you where you are out at a beach somewhere, standing in a bar, attending a party, having one where your boobs are hanging out, guys, where you're looking and I'm seeing up your nose. I don't want to see that as a headshot. You see the headshot that's on this screen? Those are things that you want to have. If you don't have a headshot, go get a friend that can go ahead, put you up behind a clear wall in your living room or wherever, and do it so that it is not a mugshot. I don't want to know, I don't want the mugshot picture. I want you having a smile screwed on your face, and I want you looking directly at the camera, and the camera being right here in front of your face, not up here, not down here, in your face. When you take the picture, put it on portrait mode and take the picture. AI, if you're one of these people that uses an AI headshot, dude, we all know it's AI. You look like shit. Stop. Go ahead and actually put one that is of your face.
Because imagine they show up to your meeting.
AI shot where your AI looks like you are 100 pounds thinner, no, let's not. I know that that's a wish list, but let's not. Let's be real of what we look like. Okay? Pick a good picture. Have that happen. And yes, if for those of you who do not know me and have never heard me talk before, welcome to me. I have no censor. These are the tough things that someone doesn't have the balls to tell you. I do. You do not look professional when you have it, where men, you are taking a picture with your phone down in your lap and I'm seeing your nostrils. You have 6 chins. Stop it. You want them right in front of you.
This is what I was looking for. This is what I wanted.
You set it up. You knew I was.
I know. I just wanted to, because I heard you say this, and it's true. I mean, I meet with people 24/7. I would also tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that extends to your Zoom background. If you're doing virtual meetings, right. Amanda's office, my dad's office, the reason those are professional organizations. If you look behind me, it's a bedroom full of
behind. He's sitting in a strip club in a private room. That's where he's at, because he's using one of the backgrounds.
But it's turning solid color. It's clear.
Yeah. But you want to have it where if you're doing Zooms and things, it looks professional. I don't want to see what you have for dinner on the counter behind you. I don't need to see that. These are things that when you go ahead and you are looking at, you've got to have it be professional. Headshots, they need to see who you are, and they want to see the real you. So being able to do that makes sense. If you are investing in actual headshots, go to JCPenney's, put on the 80s tracksuit. That I'm all, no, let's not. Put a suit on.
Yeah.
Have them done. Most of the larger conferences, I know at Medicarians for the last 2 years, Humana has sponsored formal headshots for people to go. They even bring in a makeup and hair team to help you with that. But you want to have them done. These are things that if you don't take yourself seriously, no one else will. Hear me with that. But you want to have them associate your brand colors. So if you notice in my picture that he has up, those are my brand colors. So when somebody sees the dark raspberry pink, when they're seeing the teal color, those are the things that you want to go ahead and have. Everything that you do should be on work wise, should be on brand. The other thing that I want you guys to be aware of when it comes to what you are doing, as he said, people investigate you all the time. I have on my LinkedIn a bunch of CMS people and Department of Insurance people. I have reporters on my LinkedIn. I know that when those people, when I'm quoted in magazines and newspapers and all of those things, I know they go to my Facebook. Why? That's why I'm not posting dumb stuff on my Facebook. Also, you want to have it where you are guilty by association. So if you are promoting yourself that you are all about the money and look, look at how much I'm making and I'm doing this, that, and the other thing. If that's the optic that you want people to know about you, to each his, God bless. Most of you though want to be known that I do the right thing for the right reason for my client. So therefore, everything that you put on your social media should be of that nature. Do not repost things. Do not share things that don't go to what your philosophical brand is. Again, to each his own. I'm not trashing somebody else's yum with that. But you have to look at it. There are ramifications to who you hang out with, who you associate with, what you're sharing. Is it credible? If you are sharing things that are all they are doing is they are rumor mill and they are crap posts that are just deliberately done to scare people, then you are as guilty as the person that is actually creating the fear.
Yeah.
There are other people and creators where everything that I do, I cite my source. There is never any rumor in anything that I post, which is why the media can pick up some of my things and this, that, and the other thing. And that's why I am viewed as one of the resources within the industry as a source of truth. I don't speculate. I come with the receipts and I will tell you where to go to find that receipt anywhere that you ask. But those are the things, as Lizzie says, I cite my sources left and right because there's always one of y'all that is like, nah, that's not true. Oh, but it is, dude.
Yeah.
Those are the things that you want to know. And David, congratulations on the wedding, babe.
I know.
But yes,
David,
I am laying down the law with that because these, again, are things that someone is not going to tell you. And especially my newer agents that are on here, you need to know. You need to know where to trust, who to trust, what systems to trust that are compliant. Someone was worried about HIPAA. Dude, if all you're doing is sending out an email that it's BCC, nobody is seeing who else is on the email chain, then, and all it says is, hey, click this link to dump your information onto RetireFlo, that is HIPAA compliant. There is nothing that is in violation. If you stay away from carrier and you stay away from products, that also is compliant. You don't need to run it through CMS. You can go ahead and send those emails out and it is fine. You can set up appointments early. That's not a problem. Send them through your Calendly link. Those are all okay so that way you're good to go. AI and Google, be very, very careful on that because not everything on AI and Google is true. Hear me with that. I have busted AI and Google more times than I can count for bad information. So be careful with that, Kayla.
Amanda,
we're at time, so I'll stop.
no, I
But
just
please
want
follow me on social media. I'm happy to help anybody. You can drop into my DMs. Jason, good to see you on the call. And again, I have Medicarians is in April. Get your hosted ticket. And then also I am doing a ledge update on the 25th from 1 to 3. And the registration is in the Medicare Island website or Facebook group.
yeah.
And it is open to everybody.
Folks, first of all, follow along Amanda, connect with her on LinkedIn, Facebook, whatever it may be. She's an absolute rock star on there. First of all, Amanda, thank you so much for doing this. It was funny, but the stuff is so true. And if you're curious about how you're presented online, Google yourself.
Mhm.
See what
I do it once every 6 months, whether I like it or not.
see what people are saying about you. To
Mhm.
find that out, take an active approach in this, and then if you don't like what you find, work to change it and work to amend it. People, what they should find is that you're an insurance agent and that you're there to help. And here's 4 different ways they can contact you. But
Yeah.
Amanda, as always, thank you. We will be at our
Anytime.
events next year. We will be at Medicarians because we believe in what she does. But ladies and gentlemen,